at our beautiful location down here in sunny Florida. So today, what we're going to be looking at is we're going to be looking at some basics of how to do arm styling when you're dancing. Now, if any of you have ever danced before, you know that oftentimes you aren't given a lot of control over what your arms are doing. If you're in hold, then your arms are in hold. As you're dancing, they continue to stay in hold. Now, as soon as your partner lets go of one of your arms, that's when you have to decide what to do with it. Now, oftentimes, if you've taken dance lessons before, you might have heard your dance instructor say, do what feels natural. Now, I can understand, as somebody who learned dance as an adult, saying to somebody, do what feels natural, when I'm already asking you what to do, doesn't make a lot of sense, because if it felt natural, I wouldn't be asking what to do with it. But let's talk about what that means and what your teachers might mean if they say, do what feels natural. So we use our arms for our movement our entire life. There's not a single person that walks around without using their arms. So when we are dancing, we need to use our arms as well. Like any motion, it's the entire body that moves. We don't move just our legs, we move our body with it. So if I'm walking somewhere, let's analyze what our arms do when we walk. So if I'm walking, my arms will always oppose my body's motion. So they're using balance. So if I walk forward, or if I walk backwards, what happens is my arms are helping to counterbalance my body's motion. Now, how does that translate to dance? Well, that means whenever I move my left leg and I'm putting motion and weight onto my left leg, that's the same as if I was walking forward on my left leg. When I walk forward on my left leg, I bring my right arm forward and my left arm back. Now, this is a simplified way of looking at it, but let's dive into that a little bit more. I step forward on my left, my right arm comes forward. I step forward on my right, my left arm comes forward. I step forward on my left, my right arm comes forward. Forward on my right, my left arm comes forward. So, this makes sense so far. I don't see anybody walk to the grocery store like this. And so now, understanding that when I step with my left foot, I need to move my right arm forward and my left arm back. Let's take this to a basic action, like a cucaracha. So if I'm dancing a cucaracha, which is a side step, and then a replacing weight in the middle, and the side step, and replacing weight in the middle, these are breaking steps. So I go rock, step, together, putting weight on the foot, rock, step, together. Now, if I want to analyze how to move my arms in that, when I step with my left foot, my right arm comes forward, and my left arm goes back. Rock. Now, as I replace weight back on my right foot, I want to bring my left arm forward, step, and then as I come together, I also change weight. And rock, step, together. So as I go onto my left, I put my right arm forward, my left arm back. As I go onto my right, my left arm comes forward, my right arm comes back. As I come together and change weight, I'm going to switch once more, getting ready to step with my right. As I'm stepping onto my right foot, my left arm is forward. As I step onto my left, I bring my right arm forward. As I come together, putting pressure on the floor, my left arm comes forward because my right foot is taking the weight. And then as I switch to get ready to step to my left, I bring my right arm forward here. I go onto my right and together. So doing this a little bit more up to speed, it looks like this. Quick, quick, slow. Quick, quick, slow. Quick, quick, slow. Quick, quick, slow. So this is a natural action for my arms. So I'm not doing anything that is out of the ordinary. I'm not extending my arms out. I'm not doing anything fancy like this. I'm just letting my arms rest naturally as they would if I was walking. If I was walking somewhere, or if I was doing a light jog, I'm basically keeping my arms in my dance space. And I'm using my dance space in a conservative manner. So nothing crazy like this. I'm not doing anything crazy with my arms. I'm keeping it in my space. So if I go side, I know how to move my arms in a basic action. Now, there's a lot more that's going on. Obviously, they're not just swinging forward and backward. So how do I make this look natural rather than just swinging one arm and then swinging the other arm? I'm going to make a continuous motion with my arms. So if you try this in place, what I want you to do is I want you to let your right arm go in a circle, and then your left arm go in an opposite circle. So they're both taking turns moving in front of your body. So you've got this space in front of you. You're going to let your arms take turns entering that space. So the arm always comes from the top, and it always comes down after it comes from on top. So I never move my arms like this. I actually can't do it. There we go. So I never move my arms like this as I dance. I always push them down. So as I'm dancing and I'm letting my arms take turns in the middle, what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be transferring weight the same number of times that my arms switch, making these small circles. Now, it has to be the exact same number of times that I transfer weight. Otherwise, they're going to be out of sync with my feet. If my arms are out of sync with my feet, then I'm not truly using my arms to style my actions. Showing you from the side. If I go to the left, my right comes forward. If I go to my right, my left comes forward. If I go to my left, my right comes forward. If I go to my right, my left comes forward. From behind, if I go to my left, my right, right, my left arm, left, my right arm. And then last from this side, side and together, side and together. So you can see what that looks like. What I'm going to do now is we're going to do an exercise where we try this together. We're going to start with our left foot. We're going to go to the side with our left, and we're going to go cucaracha to the left, cucaracha to the right, cucaracha to the left, cucaracha to the right. Now we're going to do back breaks, starting with our left. We go back on our left, back on our right, back on our left, and back to the cucaracha. I go cucaracha left, cucaracha right, left, right, and back again on the left, back, 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 back. Yes. Now, as you'll notice, while we're doing this, our arms action is going to be continuous. Now, that doesn't mean they're just going nonstop. What that means is that my arms, as I'm moving, are continuing to keep the rhythm with my transferring of weight. Because our feet are keeping the rhythm, transferring our weight, and our arms have to move in the same manner as our feet, at least the same number of times. What that means is I have to make sure that I'm moving them with the music just like I do with my feet. So, there's one other thing that we have to talk about, which is when we talk about the side, which side's coming forward, I'm really talking about the hand. And we also have to talk about what's happening with the angles in our body as we do our hip action. Now, the focus of today's video is not on hip action, but there is something we have to take away from it. So when I go to the side onto my left, even though my right arm is coming forward and my left arm is coming back, I am bringing my left side forward. If I didn't do that, then this would be the result. Without any side leading, we're losing a lot of the action. So, what I feel like is not like I'm bringing my left shoulder forward, because this doesn't look comfortable. As I go here, I'm not bringing that shoulder forward, but I'm bringing that side forward. I really think more of almost like the pectoral line. I bring that rib cage forward, my left rib cage, as I step onto my left foot. As I step onto my right foot, I bring my right rib cage forward, my left arm is forward, and my right arm is pulling back. As I go back to my left, I pull my left rib cage forward, my right arm forward, and my left arm back. As I bring my right rib cage forward, I bring my right arm back, and my left arm forward. So I have quick, quick, slow, quick, quick, slow, quick, quick, slow, quick, quick, slow. If you try that with me, we're going to go on to our left, stretch that side forward, stretch that side forward, stretch that side forward, stretch that side forward. You can almost think about pushing it out with that opposing hand. You're pushing that action out, pushing that action out, really making sure that you're showing the side that you're leading with as you step. This is going to be really important too when you're going forward, because you want to create that action in your body as you move forward. If you don't do that, it looks kind of stiff and flat. We want to make sure that we're always showing which side of the body we're moving with as we go into an action. Now, once again, this isn't really this isn't a video about our hip action, but hip action does tie quite a bit into how our body does this. So, to summarize so far, what we've worked on is we've worked on how the arms move with our feet. how the transferring our weight actually shows our arms what to do, and then how does that tie into the angles that we create with our body to make that look natural. So now we've started to unpack a little bit of why our teachers might say, just do what feels natural. But let's talk a little bit about what that looks like going forward and backward. So, if when I go to the side with my left, I'm bringing my right side forward. Sorry, my left side forward, my right arm forward. And when I go to my right side comes forward, my left arm comes forward. When I step forward on my left, what's going to happen is I'm going to bring my left side forward and my right arm forward, just as I would if I was walking to the side. Here, if I do a break, it's going to be exactly the same. Break and together. As I change weight to go back on my right, I go back on my right, switch, and come together. So forward on my left, I bring my left side forward and my right arm back. Sorry, left side forward, right arm forward. As I go back on my right, I'm bringing my left side forward, my right side forward, and my left arm forward, and then switching weight. So I go forward and together, back and together. Now this is just for breaks. I know it does look a little bit like we're doing salsa, but salsa is just made up of breaking steps. So if I go backwards on my left foot, I am going to do that same action. Quick, quick, slow. Quick, quick, slow. Anytime I'm stepping with my left foot, I'm going to bring that side forward and then switch. Stepping onto my right foot and switch, always allowing my feet and my arms to stay in sync. So I keep my arms and my legs in sync. If you were to isolate and just look at what my arms are doing, as I'm doing this exercise, because I'm keeping my tempo the same, my arms are going to keep doing the same action. If I go left, right, left with my feet, then you're going to see the same switches that I would even if I was just changing weight in place or walking to the grocery store. It's all exactly the same. So let's try that now all together. We're going to start with a side step. So we're going to go side on our left, side on our right, side on our left, side on our right. Now back on our left, back on our right, back on our left, back on our, now forward on our left, forward on our right, forward on our left, forward on our right. Now side on our left, side on our right, side on our left, side on our right. Very good. So now we've got a little bit more knowledge about how we move our arms with our feet and what to do with our arms in basic dancing. Now, to get into a little bit more of the advanced side of things, it's going to take a little bit longer. But as a general rule, if we want to use our dance space, we want to make sure that we're always extending our arm from our core, or from our back is actually how I like to think of it. So if I extend my arm out, what I don't want to do is I don't want to move my wrist to the end point. So if I reach to the camera right now, what happens is I get this. Looks very stiff. If I reach to my other camera, this. What I want to do is I want to reach from my back. So if I reach to the camera here, reaching forward, I always let that action ripple through. Now what does that mean? I'm moving from my back, through my elbow, through my wrist. So from the side, I get this action here. So you see a slight delay in the motion of the wrist. So I don't just move the wrist, because that feels stiff. I move the elbow, then the wrist, elbow, then the wrist. So if I reach forward, elbow, wrist, finishing to where I'm reaching. If I reach to the side, elbow, then wrist. And so that energy is flowing through my arm from my body. So if you try this with me, we're going to reach left, elbow, wrist, reach right, elbow, wrist, reach left, elbow, wrist, reach right, elbow, wrist, reach forward, elbow, wrist, bring them back, elbow, wrist. Now this is something we'll talk about more in a later video, but it gives you a good idea of where we're going in the future with this. Anyways, you guys were wonderful today. Hope to see you in the next video. And once again, thank you for visiting our studio here in beautiful Coral Gables, Florida.